If we were in Albuquerque right now, I would say, "What's going on, Burke?" So I'm going to begin by telling you a little bit of a saying that we say in New Mexico. It goes, "Dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Tell me who you are, and I'll tell you who you're with." This winter, Albuquerque told the world who we are. In November, we celebrated a huge victory for the families of Albuquerque, the families of New Mexico, and families all over the country. Together, Albuquerque defeated a dangerous ballot measure that would have created the first ever municipal ban on safe and legal abortion. We made clear that the out-of-touch anti-abortion agenda is not welcome in New Mexico. Together, we led a campaign that was truly New Mexican. It reflected the lived experiences of our families and ensured that communities of color, people of faith, young people, were deeply engaged in all aspects of our efforts. We won in Albuquerque because we did not create an ideological battle between anti-choice and pro-choice. Instead, we acknowledged the complexity of decision-making around abortion and organized a campaign that created respectful opportunities for conversations about these issues with voters across the city. Young Women United values the solidarity of national partners like NARAL, which demonstrated incredible leadership in providing necessary resources while centering the voices and the expertise and strategy of New Mexican leaders. Thanks to the reciprocal partnership we have with NARAL, Young Women United created radio ads featuring the amazing Dolores Huerta to reach out to our Latino and Chicano families who have been left out of this conversation. For Young Women United, this election was merely a moment in a long history of the fight for reproductive justice. We will continue working with our communities to ensure that all people have access to the information, the education, and resources they need to make real decisions about their bodies and lives. We deserve the right to live with dignity and strength. We all know, la unión hace la fuerza. Together we are stronger. Because at the end of the day, they're our bodies, our lives, our decisions.
Thank you very much, Tanya. The victory in New Mexico was a great decision because we know that many of these anti-choice, anti-abortion groups are really targeting municipalities. And the thing that really brought the victory home was how many people were involved. Our campus organizations for the feminist majority, they were there on the campuses, they were registering everybody to vote, and they were taking them to the polls to make sure that all of the students voted. We had the labor unions that were there with us, the Central Labor Council. We had our LGBT community that was there in full force. We had the environmental people that were there, and then all of the women's organizations came together. So it was this great group of unity that everybody there was working together. And when we look and we see that this is going to continue, these fights are going to go on. They're going to go from Albuquerque, even though they were defeated, and they're going to try this in other municipalities. So I think the message is very clear for all of us, that we know that in order to defeat these haters, shall we call them, the people that would try to stop the progress of women, these are the people that we have to stop, and of course we can do it, but we can't do it alone. We've got to continue to educate other women to make them understand that after all, when we say respecting other people's rights is peace. As many know, I have 11 children. But that was my choice. My daughter Juanita, who is here with me, has 2 dogs. And so even in conversations with people that may not agree with us, we have to say to them, look, don't interfere with my life, okay? And I won't interfere with yours. And so we've got, and we know that our women's vote is so important that we are the ones that make the difference in every single election. That means that we have to continue to organize and speak to all of those that are still confused, that are still stuck in kind of a traditional mindset that somebody gave them. So we've got to continue to do our work. And we know that if we all work together, that we can make it happen. We can bring peace for women. We can bring not representation for women, and that we can really have a progressive and a democratic society. So I'm going to say a couple of vivas. I want to say a big old viva for NARAL, which of course means long live. And I want you all to join me, okay? So I'm going to say que viva NARAL, and everybody shout very loud, a big old viva. Shall we try it? Yes. Okay, let's do it. Que viva NARAL! Viva! Let's say one for the feminists, we'll include the men in the room, okay? Viva the feminists! Viva! And now we'll say, can we continue to organize? Can we make sure that women are protected? That women are represented, and that we really have an equal society. So we say, like our President Obama said, yes, we can. And in Spanish, we say, sí se puede. So let's put our hands up together and do a big organized hand clap. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. It's a great honor.